Hello, Clark, and welcome to the Danish Film Actor Academy. We are
Thanks.
very happy to have you here.
Well, it's glad to be here.
And I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
You've been teaching here for the last 2 days on the Danish Film Academy. And what do you feel about our actors' performance?
The performance, well, I think, to be honest with you, yesterday I finished the 2-day workshop that I did, and I was incredibly impressed with those actors. I thought that they were really well trained, and I taught this before, and I've taught this quite a while. About 5 or 6 years, I would say. This technique that I had put together based upon my experience, and in the beginning it was sort of, I developed tools that helped me be more specific and stronger on camera in movies and television that I was doing, based on stuff I got from directors and actors over the years and just things I'd acquired. But I generally have found, although I've had remarkable students over the years and some that have gone on to work professionally, a number of them, but I find that the thing that I can most expect from people is that they will understand the tools in a way that they can kind of go away, and if they practice them and really use it over and over on their own, that it will really begin to serve them, not only when they audition on camera, but when they work in a movie, in particular movies, but certainly television as well, in front of the camera. And I always approach things as from an actor's perspective first, and then we address the film acting second. And so, having said that, I feel that the students here are extremely well prepared as actors, and the thing that struck me about them is that they were able to absorb, not only just understand the tools, but in 2 full days of teaching, completely absorb the tools and use them immediately. And I think a lot of that has to do not only with their training, but their state of being in relation to the work. And they sort of seem to have left their egos at the door, and they're open to the spirit of working and collaboration. They take criticism as a very positive thing. They're not threatened. They don't bring ego issues to the table. So they were a pleasure to work with, and because they seemed to feel very integrated, strong about themselves, and confident in their work, but a joy to be around. So I think that's what made the work take hold so quickly for them. Okay. And I was impressed.
That's very nice to hear. They are also working very hard on that. So the next question I have for you is, what is your impression of the Danish Film Actor Academy here in Denmark, having a place like this?
I think it's invaluable. It's absolutely invaluable for an actor to have a place like this. I mean, every actor needs a home, and I think it's one thing to have a passion for acting and to love acting, but you have to couple that love with an understanding of how to prepare and how to work. The great American acting teacher Stella Adler used to say, specificity separates the amateur from the professional from the artist. You must be truthful and honest, but an actor's primary obligation is to tell a story. We're storytellers, and we have to create truth in imaginary circumstances, and we have to be meticulous and detailed, and that takes technique and a place and a home to practice that technique. And I feel that the training here has to have been terrific, because their tools, and as I understand it, they trained for a year. Their tools seem completely integrated. Very often an actor gets out of a training program, and for a while you see the architecture. In other words, you see the tools being used. They may be telling the right story, but you see them working at it. It doesn't seem to be in their DNA yet.
Yeah.
And the students here, they seem to have absorbed that immediately. And they're at ease. And so they take direction really easy and immediately translate that into action. Acting is actions, doing, they do that, and it's beautiful. And I think a lot of it has to do not only with the people that teach here, that seem to be very knowledgeable, well-trained, and experienced themselves and having worked as actors, but it's also the atmosphere that they've created. I mean, you come in here and this place it's incredibly zen. It's a place you would want to hang out, but at the same time, it relaxes you and creates a certain kind of inner tranquility and peacefulness, but it doesn't diminish your energy, but it heightens your energy and focus. It eliminates all the excess and busyness, all the sort of garbage that we bring in from the outside world.
Yeah, that's right. Clark, is there anything that has made a special impression on you being here those 3 days you've been here now?
Well, I always say that the thing that, without trying to sound pretentious, the thing that I strive for, and I think we all should try to strive for this, is we all want to do beautiful work and good work, and it's our job to reflect back to the world the human condition and the struggles that we go through. And it's one thing to watch an actor that is thrilling and exciting to watch, and charismatic, and even to a certain degree an artist. But I think most importantly, it's important to see the actor as a full human being. It's not an actor, but a human being, a person that is acting. And I think when a person brings all of that, the good and the bad and everything in terms of who they are, sort of informs the work in the moment when they're living truthfully in the imaginary circumstances, in their breath and in their body, they become a poet. And I think the key is to become a poet, because that's how we reflect back. That's how we move people. And I think the greatest thing that we can do as an actor is inspire people through our work. And inspire means to breathe in, give people breath. And it struck me that the biggest thing that impressed me is there seemed to be poetry in their work. I'm not being literal, I'm meaning in relation to their essence and the way they express themselves in their craft without any of the scenes showing, any of the architecture showing.
Yeah.
That struck me most, I think.
So why do you think that an actor in Denmark should choose to train here in our studio?
Well, for one thing, I think it's a great place to feel at home. And I think that every actor needs a home base, a place that they can go back to, they can feel safe in, and not only a place where they have gotten their foundation, that it sends them out into the world to work and as an actor contribute something meaningful to our culture. And but I think that they need to take away from that they need to have a place that they can continue to go back to when they need to. And even when they're working professionally, they can continue to go back and always have more to learn and feel safe in that place and learning, and know that they're being taught by people that have done the work themselves, have taught before, a very clear technique, and it primarily is about love, but about the student, not about the teacher. And the teacher's ability to lead and, you know, to a certain degree be a role model and lead them in a way without being overly omnipotent. I think there's been, in America in particular, I think, although there's been some great teachers that have all been like legends, but I think that they've been made too omnipotent. And I think that you would go into some of those studios and it never felt like all you wanted to do was get out of there and put that person's name on your resume, because you felt like you were walking into a torture chamber, and you wanted to please the God. You didn't feel like you were being taught by someone that really wanted to take you by the hand and pull you into the real world along with them, with you, if you've worked as an actor. And but you knew that this person was strong and could be a leader. And that's what I feel in this school here. I feel that there is that kind of strength, specificity. It's like a good parent, that you always know that you can, you're being protected, and it's about you, the student, not about them, the teacher. But you know that that teacher's confident and can lead you and can be strong, but they're not going to break you down in order to do that. They're really going to build you up. But, you know, at the same time, be really honest and direct, but deal with each student as an individual, you know, and not address every student exactly the same. So I think it's that perfect combination. What is it? Will and grace. And it seems to me that you have that here. As a matter of fact, I'll say one other thing is I was so impressed by theThe, one of the teachers and your partner here, as well as yourself. But she's taking my film class this week as well. And working with some of the former students and here, and I just thought that's such a healthy thing to do, because she doesn't feel that she's above learning or above taking criticism, and she can take that in and use that to make not only her work better, but also what she gives back as well. And that's really impressive. That's a very impressive thing to do for anyone. It's humbling, but at the same time, it shows me that's a true leader. Yeah. Somebody that is integrated. They're not teaching because they're trying to prove something to themselves or be omnipotent.
Thank you so much, Clark.
You're welcome.
It's very valuable to have you here, and we're very happy to have you here.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.